Canada has rolled out an important update for international students, making it easier to complete required work placements during their studies. As of April 1st, 2026, eligible post-secondary students no longer need to apply for a separate co-op work permit if their program includes a mandatory internship or co-op term. Instead, a valid study permit alone is now enough to cover this requirement. In the past, students enrolled in programs with compulsory work placements had to manage two separate permits, a study permit and a co-op work permit. While the co-op permit itself didn't require an application fee, the process still involved extra documentation, added steps, and waiting time. This often caused delays and unnecessary pressure, particularly for students trying to secure placements that were essential for their academic progress. With this new approach, that additional layer has been removed. Students can now take part in employer-approved placements required by their designated learning institution using only their study permit. According to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, this update eliminates an administrative step that was no longer necessary, while still preserving the structure and reliability of the international student system. It's important to note that this change does not expand the number of students allowed to work in Canada, nor does it impact overall temporary resident levels. The core eligibility criteria remain largely unchanged. Students must still hold a valid study permit, and the work placement must be a compulsory component of their academic program. Additionally, the institution must confirm that completing the placement is required for graduation. There are also limits on how much of the program can consist of work experience. The co-op or internship portion must account for no more than half of the total program length. Students enrolled in language training programs, general interest courses, or preparatory studies for another program are not eligible under these rules. For students already in Canada, this update brings immediate benefits. Previously, applying for a co-op work permit could become a bottleneck, especially when processing time stretched over several months. By removing this requirement, students can now focus more on their studies and securing placements rather than dealing with additional paperwork. Those who have already submitted applications for a co-op work permit and are still waiting do not need to take any action. If they meet the eligibility criteria, their pending applications will be automatically withdrawn by the department. Even though the separate co-op permit is no longer required, existing work conditions still apply. Students can continue working unlimited hours on campus. During academic sessions, off-campus work is limited to 24 hours per week, and this total includes any co-op hours if they overlap. However, during scheduled breaks, students are allowed to work without hour restrictions. Full-time co-op or internship periods that are part of the program remain fully authorized under the study permit. For students applying from outside Canada, the process remains straightforward. Work authorization is still included within the study permit, provided the educational institution confirms that the program includes a mandatory work placement. Overall, this update reflects Canada's ongoing efforts to simplify processes for international students while maintaining a well-regulated and consistent system. Channel Canada Reality Hub.